Hello students, my name is Saif Afri and I'm an associate professor with School of Management, BBD University. So in continuation with the advertising and brand management classes. So for the unit 2, uh, I'll be today completing the advertising objectives topic, and then we will move on to the other topic, which is advertising approaches. So I'll just do a recap. So in the last class, we had seen advertising goals and objectives and the classification of advertising. Then we have seen what factors determine the advertising objectives, like which stage of product life cycle is the brand in, then the available finance, the level of competition, and all those things. Now, to complete the advertising objectives topic, we'll see what are the functions of advertising objectives. So basically, the advertising objective serves as a communication and coordination. So, what kind of communication? Communication between the advertising agency, the advertiser, and the creative team, and it coordinates the efforts of copywriter, media, advertising agency, message source, etc. So whatever communication takes place between, or in fact, whatever communication and coordination takes place in between the advertising agency, the advertiser, the creative team, and so the creative team consists of the copywriters and the media and all those the people who are there to make the audio visuals, or the writers and all these people. So the objective, so all these people have some kind of objective in their mind. So based on that objective, they communicate and coordinate amongst themselves. Okay, so the objective has to be very clear in the, because these people are at the center of the advertising, how it should be made, why it should be made, which what is our target audience, and all these aspects. So the advertising objects act as a communication, and it coordinates the efforts of all these people. Now, the second function is criteria for decision making. Obviously, based on the objective, the decisions will be made for the advertising. So for example, if the objective is not clear at all, so the decision making will also be hindered by because since the advertising objective is not clear. So likewise, depending on, for example, the most important aspect, the target audience. So depending on the objective of which target, what is the target audience for the advertisement, based on that the decision will be made for the advertisement. So likewise, there are many aspects depending on which the decisions will be made. So advertising objectives are one of the criteria for decision making. Now, the third is evaluation of advertising effectiveness. Now, we had seen that when we make an advertisement, so we check for the advertisement effectiveness as well, because obviously, if your advertisement is not effective, then all the exercise goes down the drain. It is not of any help. So your advertisement should be effective, and by effective we mean that it should be able to inform or persuade your target audience to buy your product or use your product or services. So how do we have seen that how we check the advertisement effectiveness. So we have various tools through which I have taken you through that in previous lectures, how we check the advertisement effectiveness. So there were three kinds. One was pre, one was post, and one was concurrent. So so when we check the advertisement effectiveness, then also the advertisement objective comes into picture, because goals and objectives are the primary thing we look into when we are making the advertisement. And if the advertisement has to be effective, it has to uh, basically comply with the goals and objectives, or the goals and or your advertisement is effective only when your goals and objectives are being met. So these are the three things uh, which are the functions of advertising objective. First is serves as communication and coordination. Then second is criteria for decision making, and the third is evaluation of advertising effectiveness. So this was here we'll complete the advertising objectives. Now we look into advertising approaches. How what how or what is the approach of your advertisement? So there are basically two approaches. One is sales approach and the other one is communication approach. Sales approach is basically all the advertisement, if we look at from a very layman's point of view. So the ultimate aim of any advertisement is to increase the sales. So that is the bottom line, everybody knows that. But if we look into the sales approach, we'll find a few other aspects as well. So first, as we had seen, to increase the sale, the advertisements are given only, as I said, to they are displayed or they are aired on television or radio or in print. They are there in print India or wherever, like the transit media. So the ultimate aim is to increase the sale. That is the basic one. Then the second one is to enter into a new geographical area. So for example, if my product is established in say northern India, and I want to enter into a new geographical area which can be southern India or which can be western India, or it can be eastern India, or for example I'm a local player, my product is there only in UP. I want to further enter into territories like Delhi, Haryana, or others, Bihar or MP. So these are the new geographical areas where I need to enter. So here I will take the help of advertisement. So one example I would like to quote here is if you remember, there was a mobile operator by the name of Aircel. So Aircel was a predominantly a South Indian company which had a good presence in South India. But they wanted to become a national player. They wanted their presence across India. So what they did was that they they started at that point of time IPL had just started. So what they did was that they uh, they became the sponsors of Chennai Super Kings. So which was obviously a South Indian team from Chennai. It was a franchisee of Chennai cricket team, and so they were already there in Chennai. But what happened when they started promoting Chennai Super Kings in IPL, they became the sponsors. They had a national presence then. Then since Chennai is also a very popular team, so what happened was that across India, people came to know about Aircel, the brand Aircel. So, and they also took Dhoni as their brand ambassador, because obviously Dhoni was the captain of Indian team as well as Chennai Super King. So This is how you take help of advertisement to increase your sales uh, by through going into new geographical area. Then third one is to increase profits. So that also comes under sales approach. So obviously when your sales will increase, then your profits are also going to increase. So that is directly proportional. So when you are increasing your sales, you tend to increase your profits as well. So this can also be seen as sometimes what you do is that your for example your margin of profit is that not that much, and first you want to have a good share of market. So to get a good share of market, this is one case scenario which I am discussing with you. So you have so for example, with you initially you put your margin of profit uh, as less, and then once you capture some amount of market, you have a significant market share, and then now you want to increase your profit. So what you do is that you increase the price of your product, for example. So what will happen is that you, by increasing the price of your product, you might lose some of your customers. So to retain those customers even after increasing your price, you use the sales approach, and you use advertisement for that. And so what happens is that because the customer had come to you or was buying your product because your price was less, and now you have increased the price to increase your profit, so the customer might go away. So that is a very basic thing. So basic nature of the customer. So but to keep hold of that customer, you use advertisement, and so that comes under the sales approach. So those are the three things under sales approach: to increase the sale, to increase the profits, or when you are entering a new geographical area. Now the second approach of advertisement is communication approach. So the communication approach has basically 7 stages in it, and those 7 stages are: first is brand unawareness. So this is when the prospective customer or the target audience is not aware of your brand. So this is the first stage. So it happens with all the brands. Second is brand awareness. So brand awareness is that when you create an awareness about your brand. So for example, your target audience or your prospective customer knows about your brand. So so for example, when Vivo or an Oppo or a Xiaomi, these brands had come in. So initially, what was there? So these were Chinese companies. Nobody knew about the brand. So what happened that they slowly and gradually they went into the first step. So in first step was that there was no awareness of this brand. Then second step was there was a brand awareness created through advertisement. Then third is knowledge, the third stage in communication approach. So knowledge. So what happened that these, if we continue with these examples, so there was knowledge shared with the prospective customer about these brands. So what kind of knowledge? So there was so knowledge about the models available in these brands, knowledge about the features of these brands, knowledge about the pricing of the brand, the availability of the brand. So for example, initially Xiaomi or the MI phones we generally know, these were not available on the brick and mortar shops or markets, as we say. It was only available on online stores. So these small things, and this was known to the prospective clients through advertisements only. So so that's how the third stage goes, wherein you give knowledge about your brand through advertisement. Then the fourth stage is liking. So liking is when through advertisement you tell about these things and people started buying it, and through advertisement and through customer feedback, people using it, there is a stage where the liking develops for the brand. So what happens is that when through advertisement you you come to know, the prospective customer comes to know that okay, this is the, for example, the highest selling brand in India or most popular selling brand in India, or maybe for some features like the selfie phones and the camera and all these things. So that's how the liking develops for the brand. Or for example, some movie star or cricket star is endorsing your brand. That's also one way of making the prospective client like your brand. Then the fifth stage is preference. So preference is nothing but when the liking develops. So what will happen is that I will prefer. So for example, I have developed a liking for example, iPhone. So what I'll do is I will prefer, in spite of the fact that iPhone is more expensive, I will prefer iPhone over other phones like Samsung or OnePlus or MI and all these things. So that is preference. Then conviction is the second last stage. Conviction develops when you are damn sure that no brand comes close to my mind and I have to buy this brand only. So that is conviction, and that is also, and all these steps are through advertisement only. So when I am convinced that okay, Amitabh Bachchan is endorsing this product, this product has uh, this much of features, and the pricing, for example, is good, and so all these things, then I am convinced that I will buy this product. And finally, the seventh stage is purchase. So when I go through all these things, unawareness, awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, and then finally I purchase the product. So these are the seven stages of communication approach in advertisement. Now next is goals of advertisement. So goals of advertisements are nothing but first one is getting attention. So through advertisement, your brand gets attention. So when you will see it on television, or when you will see it on internet, or through or some hoarding in outdoor media, or when you will hear it over FM or through transit media on buses or trains, that the brand gets attention. Then the second goal of advertisement is prompting immediate action. So that is something wherein, so for example, if I see an advertisement of say a brand which says that offer limited time offer. So I know that okay, I'm getting a discount and it is for limited period. So I should immediately go and buy this product. Otherwise, I will not get this product. So that is a kind of advertisement which is basically prompting immediate action. Then the third is replacing lost customers. So in any when you see, for example, if you look at product life cycle, the introduction, growth, maturity, and decline phase. So there is especially in the decline phase, you tend to lose customers. So how do you replace those lost customers? That is one of the goals of advertising. So it can be through many different types of advertisement, you can replace your lost customers. So one can be that you give some extra benefit through the product, or you may provide something extra, or maybe say for example you advertise that if you buy this toothpaste you will get a toothbrush free. So these kind of things, or maybe you through advertisement you try to show some extra feature in the product, and that's how you replace your lost customers. So either you bring in the old customers back, or maybe you try to get a new customer base altogether. So that's how you replace lost customers. Then the fourth one is building sales and profits. So building sale, as we had seen in the objective, so that implies for the goals as well. The goals of this is a very again a basic thing that advertisements are done for to increase the sales and profits. So that is one of the goals of advertisement, and the last one is building brand awareness. So that is the final one for goals of advertisement, because unless and until people are aware of your brand. So today we know that for example Tata. So with Tata, brand of Tata comes trust. So all of us Indians trust Tata. So how has this happened? Because people are aware of the brand Tata, and they know that whatever is there, be it the Tata Computer Services, or be it Tata Motors, or be it Tata products in FMCG, we can trust the brand Tata. So that is how, and this all has been done through advertisement. So that is how you build awareness. So that is also the one of the goals of advertisement. Now, next is media strategy. So media strategy is nothing but how you are going to advertise. So basically, where, when, and what. So when we talk about where, so basically where to advertise, that is one. Then when to advertise, the timing of the advertisement. Timing as in it can be which slot you want to advertise in on the television, for example, or which season you want to advertise. So for example, if you see the advertisement of cold drinks like Pepsi, Coke, Mirinda, Fanta, Sprite, they usually come in abundance during the summer months. So you will find very little of advertisement of these soft drinks during winters. Likewise, if you talk of winter wears, so these advertisements come only during winters. So likewise, there are many products. So that is when to advertise. Then the third one is what media type to use. So what media type to use is uh, uh, if you want to use television, or if you want to use newspaper ad, or if you want to use internet, which is these days the social media ads. So that is media type to use. In media type to use, there are basically two approaches. It is differentiated into two approaches. First one is media concentration approach. In media concentration approach, you concentrate on one media. So for example, it will only be television. So you are advertising through television only. You think that that is the best medium to advertise your product. So for example, and that is television is the most popular media as of now for past few years. And so you think, and it all these aspects also take into consideration, like the finance which is available, your obviously your target audience and all these things. So for example, if you don't have the financial available, no matter how much you want to advertise on television or whatever benefits are there, but if the finances are not available, you will not be able to get a slot on television, because television is the most expensive media channel through which you can advertise. So all those aspects are there at the background, so you have to remember that. But considering that you have the available finances and everything, so um, when you look at the two approaches, concentration and dispersion approach. So concentration is basically, you are, as the name suggests, you are concentrating only on one medium of advertisement. So it can be television, it can be internet, it can be print media, it can be transit media, it can be outdoor media. Then the second one is media dispersion approach. Media dispersion approach is nothing but you diversify your media. So you are advertising little. So you, what you do is that you uh, diversify your budget, and accordingly you will use different types of mediums to for your advertisement. So you will use a little bit of television, you will use a little bit of radio, you will use a little bit of outdoor media. So it can be a combination of two, three. It can be across all the media. So again, it will depend on the budget you have, your objectives and goals and all these things. So that is the media dispersion. So two things we have seen. One is media concentration, where you are concentrating only on one single medium for your advertisement, and dispersion is wherein you are using more than 3 to 4 mediums for your advertisement. So that is all for now. Uh, Thank you for your time. Until the next time, goodbye.